Veil, please. All right, before we do that then, hold on. Before we do that, let's go to the veil. Let me go do this. Supposedly, there's been some major lore bits today. All right. Let's see what's going on here.
Chioma SE. Research log. Veil interface. Supplemental. They're all dead. Chorus. Conductor. Everyone. It was too much. Swept their minds away like grains of sand on a beach. They're all dead. Maya called it valuable data points. Well springs and rivers are something. What have I done?
This killed their entire research team, but it sounds like... It's like...
Like their lives held no value to Dr. Sundaresh. There's a troubling symmetry with data we've recovered from Titan. Data on the origin of the witness. It too was once multiple people that became conjoined by the way of some sort of ritual with a veil. Perhaps a conductor and a chorus. It is troubling that Dr. Sundaresh seemed to be moving down that same path.
I don't like this, Osiris. I don't like this at all.
Chioma SE. Research log. Lakshmi 2.
Lakshmi?
What?
Maya's... I don't even know what to say. I'd recused myself from further experiments. Told her to take some time off. She refused. And the minute I wasn't there, she started hauling the brain-dead exos out of cold storage, hooking them up to the Veil interface. She burned through dozens of them, reversed the entire machine's design, used a chorus of brain-dead exos to funnel data down to the conductor seat, projecting a mental imprint. Hers. I didn't know Lakshmi 2, but Maya did. And now she's made this thing. It speaks with her voice, has some of her memories. The way it looks at me. It's like it knows something I don't.
Osiris, do you recognize that name? Lakshmi?
Yes. And no. Lakshmi 2 was an exo and once leader of a faction on Earth known as the Future War Cult. She died over a year ago. But she never once made mention of any of this. Of Neomuna, of Maya. Did she know? Did she remember? This is all as much a revelation to me as it is to you. It throws everything she did while in the last city into question.
I mean, if she was a copy of Dr. Sundaresh, then is she really dead?
I don't know. For now, I must deliver a rather uncomfortable report to Ikora.
That is huge. Holy shit. It makes so much sense. The Future War Cult. So, what this tells me too is that Lakshmi, or I guess in this case, Sundaresh, is not actually dead, right? I need Myelin on this. I need Myelin on this now. Who? Do you guys not remember Lakshmi? Lakshmi was the one that was like completely against Fallen, coming to the tower. People called her racist, but you know, she wanted to eradicate them. I liked her. Hold on. The main thing is, if Lakshmi was made by Sundaresh, and that is a copy of Sundaresh, why did Lakshmi never tell us anything? Was there ever any hint in previous dialogue about Lakshmi's origin or Neomuna or any of that? Maya was also with Clovis making the exos. Is this retcon? This is 100% retcon? Tell me not. Tell me it ain't so. Is this for real retcon? Exo memory reset. Hold on. Let's go watch Myelin. Everybody, let's go watch Myelin.
Welcome back, Guardians, to your weekly drip-fed Veil content. If you don't know, each week Bungie has a snippet of lore, and people still don't know where this is on the map. There's a little section down here called Veil Containment. It takes you into the area, and you get some dialogue about the history of Neomuna told from Chioma Essie's perspective. And it's giving us that juicy, juicy Veil lore. Today was very, very interesting. I'm going to play it for you first, and then I'm going to break it down as best I can. This has pretty big implications for the future story of Destiny. Yes, she's dead. She died in Splicer. But hold on. Okay, this is pretty big, right? Linking Maya Sundaresh with Lakshmi 2. So let's back it up and talk a little bit about how this works. So, in the beginning, we had Maya, a Vex researcher, and she did work on something called the device. The device was a device that you plop on your head, and it gave you a vision of the future. This would later be the Future War Cult device, which the leader of Future War Cult was Lakshmi 2. Okay, and the whole thing with Future War Cult was based in this device. And that's previously how Maya was connected to Lakshmi and the Future War Cult, is that she did some work on this technology called the device, which gave people these horrific visions of a dark future of something, and people would come out of the device just screaming. And I think most of them also died. Lakshmi 2, from memory, Season of Splicer, was corrupted by Savathun's song, and also put the device on. I think there was a lore entry about her wearing the device, and it had... Was that the one with Morse code in it, and it had Savathun's song in there, and you sort of felt like she was corrupted by Savathun's song, and she died at the end of Season of Splicer. We have a lot more information now to what's been going on, and time frame for stuff. Maya and her work on the device was Golden Age, and we know that exos were also made during the Golden Age, Golden Ago. So Lakshmi 2 would have been made during that time as well. But now we know that Maya, when the collapse happened, would go to Neptune, right? She would escape to Neptune with Chioma Essie. And that Lakshmi was on that ship. I think you probably could say at that point, maybe it was... let's do it in blue. Maybe it was Lakshmi 1 at some point. She would have been around during the Golden Age, but she was I guess the original Lakshmi. They get to Neptune, they discover the Veil. Maya starts going a little bit crazy, and Maya imprints herself onto brain dead exos. So we're assuming that Lakshmi, let's just call Lakshmi 1 for ease. Let's just assume that Lakshmi 1 dies, dead, brain dead from being in contact with the Veil. Maya uses that body, imprints herself onto it. So now let's call it Lakshmi 2. And then sends herself back to Earth to lead the Future War Cult. Which makes sense because this is the original lore we had. Is that they were linked because Maya made the device. I mean, it makes sense now that she would use the device because she worked on it. She knew about it. So that's part 1. Part 2, hold on. Close your eyes if it's late at night. Flash bang. Okay, part 2. What do they do at the Veil? It's my Veil. And it's definitely not a butthole. And it sounds like they had all the brain dead exos that had come into contact with the Veil. They're all dead. These are all dead exos. Okay. Okay, I'm not very good at drawing bodies or heads. That's fine. It said that they reverse engineered it. reverse the interface of the veil. And it does kind of sound like they're passing data from the veil through the exos, and then they are being put into the conductor seat.
Holy shit.
Which is Lakshmi. Oh, God. Is that a seat? Oh, no. Okay, I wasn't good as... it's like one of those funky...
Hold on. Is this... Did the witness do the exact same thing, guys? Is this essentially what the witness did? Is this like a rough mock-up of what the witness and them did? And then instead of Lakshmi being the seat, the witness is that seat that everything went to. So essentially what that previous alien race did, but on a much bigger scale. Okay. All right. By the way, I am so out of my element right now. I'm hyped as hell. I'm curious to know how Myelin keeps going with this. Please go subscribe to Myelin. I'm way out of my element.
Key art museum
But this
chairs.
is great.
And this is Lakshmi 2. This is Lakshmi 2. And it is an imprint of Maya. Okay? Now, the interesting thing about what's going on here, this new, like, Maya clone, this Lakshmi 2, which is like a Maya clone, Chiema says it seems to know something I don't. And I feel like there's a secret here that whatever the data and the memories, because I feel like what Maya's done is she's pulled almost the memory of herself from the veil, and some other data has come from it as well. And we don't know what that is yet. And it ended up in Lakshmi 2. Ooh, baby. And I know we've been having a hot topic about retcons. I know Aztecross reacted to my retcon video and people have been asking, is this a retcon? No, I think this is the same boat as Witch Queen for me right now. This has been an evolution of a story. This has just given us more information. And technically everything kind of lines up still. So I am excited to see where this goes. The voice actress for Lakshmi 2 is amazing.
Yep.
I would definitely not be upset for her to come back. I think it puts a new spin on Season of the Splicer and the whole Future War Cult. I think the Future War Cult was one of the most interesting aspects of the factions.
I think that was pretty much it. Okay, look, I don't know. I'm so glad. I love it when Myelin does these paint projects, because I feel like a 5th grader just sitting here and just like, I get it now. I'm keeping up now based on what Myelin has revealed. And I'm sure he's going to have an even deeper breakdown on this maybe tomorrow or later this week, because it's like super early for him right now. And the fact that he's pulling all this together at 2 a.m. is amazing. But based on what Myelin is telling us here, the question is the information that's getting pulled out of the veil. Why is it destroying the exos? Right? Like, what is it about it that's destroying the exos? Let me back up right here. She burned through dozens of them, reversed the entire machine's design. Okay, the exos were already dead. Sensory overload? Well, is it the same thing as just the device? You know, he mentions the device right here. Is it the same thing as like the device where it's just like the psyche just cannot handle? You just cannot handle the what's coming out. Like, and then to take that a step further, is the veil just so damn potent that you literally just coming into contact with it? Well, I mean, and dipping into, because isn't that like, that's the whole thing about the dark, right? Dark powers, dark subclasses, right? It's the psyche, correct? So it makes sense that this is tied to the future war cult. What I'm saying is the answers that the witness found, whatever those answers may be, did they have to sacrifice their entire species in order to achieve those answers? Paracausal overload. There you go. So in order to gain insight into the future or insight into the universe, literally requires you to sacrifice what life itself. This is what Clovis did as well. One mind is too weak. They didn't sacrifice, they just combined themselves into one being. All right, so maybe I'm jumping too ahead. Hold on. They combined themselves into one being. But wait a minute. What if that's not true? What if that is a retcon? Huh? What if that's the perspective that the witness wants us to think? See, this is what happens when we involve retcon, guys. I question fucking everything. I question literal reality right now. Leave the lore to the experts. How about you suck my ass? I am a fan of the lore. If I want to sit here and talk about lore and contemplate the story because I am a fan of it and I'm enjoying it, then I can do so. We will tune into Bife videos, Myelin videos. Why? Because we're a fan of the story. And this was some major shit. Maya is Lakshmi in exo form. That's huge shit. More so than that. The reason why that's such a big deal, I love Lakshmi. I think everybody gave Lakshmi too big of a bad rap. You know what? She said we needed to kill all fallen. I was kind of with her, you know? Had I been present at the tower, I've been like, you know what? I get where she's coming from. She had a vision. I actually was on board with her vision. She died in an assassination from what? The Vex, right? Plus her voice actress. Hold on. Who's the voice actress? Let me find the voice actress. This is her voice actress right here. She's fantastic. I would 1000% want her back. She is top notch and she sold the shit out of Lakshmi. So whether she comes back as like Lakshmi 3 or whatever, I'm down, man. I'm completely down. Brah, it's Lakshmi. Everyone has different, you know, that's exactly why Maya kept looking at Kioma in a weird fucked up way. She's like, dude, you're saying my name wrong. Lakshmi. Coming at her with that Lakshmi shit. Lakshmi balls. There you go. But anyways, this is huge stuff, guys. Huge stuff. This is a bigger, I know some people are going to think this is, I'm blowing this out of proportion. This is a bigger reveal to me than the origin of the witness. What this tells me, and if this information gets out, what this tells me is that if Lakshmi comes back, do you realize the amount of support she is going to have? See, she tried to overthrow the Vanguard, right? We were heading in that direction, but she couldn't garner support. But after this, Guardians like myself, easily. You got our support. She knows some shit. She has seen the shit. Want to overthrow the Vanguard? We got you. Assassinations? Done. Who do you want taken out? Ikora? Gone. Before, though, we didn't really know. She didn't give us a reason. Like, we were like, all right. She'd be like, I seen some shit. And we're like, are you sure? But now, oh, she's been all over. That's my leader. Is there anything else? I guess mine is probably going to have a video on this and then a breakdown video. I'm a huge fan of all of that. We had to jump in there and watch that shit.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.